Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Get More Clients. I'm your host, Lynn Whitbeck. Business owners and entrepreneurs hire me to ignite winning sales because most are chasing down leads, lack client retention, conversion, and profit. The mission of this show is to educate, inspire, and motivate women around the world to build a robust sales strategy to get more clients. Because most can't get more clients and haven't a clue why. You will learn to transform thinking to the client's perspective, eliminate the lengthy, chaotic sales cycle to ignite your sales and unleash lasting profits. You will also have an opportunity to connect with me further to see how I can support you beyond today. I'm going to start with a story, and I wrote this with my daughter. Very short story. You find yourself on a misty morning. Dawn is just starting to draw the world onto the page of a new day. On your morning walk in the park, you glimpse another woman, a stranger. Yet you feel a pull telling you they are who you are looking for, the connection you want to make. The path seems straightforward, and your feet have a spring in them, ready for this encounter. You try to stride forward through the fog to reach them, but the sheer clouds sweep up and around you. The morning light is dazzling in the water droplets suspended without respect to gravity, and your eyes lose track of the person you're trying to reach. You take a moment, shutting your eyes to breathe in a pocket of crisp air, and you feel the chill in the mist seep up into your nose. A morning like this is the warmest feeling of cold. You take a few more paces down the path. You still can't see the stranger, but you reach out to a small but steadfast evergreen. Its cedary soft bark gives a last encouragement, and then the crunch of leaves. You glance up through the glare of the morning light and see the person's silhouette on a wide flagstone bridge ahead. As the mist begins to clear and dissipate into a clear blue morning sky, you stroll up onto the bridge. You exchange a smile and hello, and the connection has begun. Sometimes we have an idea of the connection we want to make, but getting through the mist to that steadfast solution may be daunting. Today, let's move out of the mist to connect and get more clients. Last week, we learned how client thinking unlocks your sales strategy superpower. Today, we will explore why client's perspective is your swift success secret. In this episode, I will show you how to incorporate the client's perspective into your sales strategy to drive results. By the end of today's show, you will know how to focus on your client's perception of wants, needs, and what they lack. Reveal the gaps in you and your team's perceptions and your clients. Crack the code on how you incorporate your client's perception to attract and connect with new prospects. Your client's perception is directly connected to the critical psychographics of your clients, how they view the world, your solutions, and the value they place around your products and services. My definition of client perception goes far beyond the traditional marketing concept of client perception is opinions, feelings, and beliefs customers have about your brand. From my perception, client perception reveals core beliefs and values, framing your brand products and services to blend harmoniously with your sales strategy delivers a unique competitive advantage. So let's talk about your client's perception and identifying the gaps. Trust me, there are always gaps. This leads me down the path of interviewing current and past clients and ideal clients because we want out of the mist. To define and understand your client why, the interview process is an excellent tool. And identifying your client perception. The purpose is to interview past and current clients, referral partners, and your internal team members. Your goal is to identify the gaps, areas of friction, and opportunities to shift your perspective to your client's thinking. Now, to begin, you must have completed your client thinking exercise. I shared this during the previous episode. Once you have that ready, you will need to interview at least 7 people, 7, and they cannot all be current clients. You need to mix it up and interview past clients, near misses, and ideal clients. The purpose is to deliver the gaps in your client thinking. And I already said this. There are always gaps. There are always gaps. Sometimes it's a small leap to get to the other side, and other times it's a chasm that you must bridge. The questions you will be asking during this interview process will be unique to your business, and the interviews should not take longer than 30 minutes. You want to respect and value the time of the interviewees. Essentially, you'll be asking open-ended questions about the wants, needs, pain points, and areas of concern that you've identified in your client thinking exercise, covering the who, what, where, when, why, and how, being careful to neutrally position the questions to avoid influencing the answers. Be sure to include the value that your clients, your past clients, the near misses, the prospects, the value they place on your product or service, how it is utilized, and how it could be different or better. Ask about the benefits they have received and why the benefits matter to them. Remember, that's so critical. Why does this matter to them? What's in it for them so they can? What has your product or service enabled them to do? That's so they can. Now, I'm going to walk you through this entire process. It's a 10-step process. So if you don't have it right now, get your pen or pencil or your digital device ready so you can take notes. All right, let's start with step 1. You're going to create one master interview script for your past and current clients, those prospects, on those near misses. So really focus on your past and current clients for this master script. Now, step two, once the master script, so these are the questions that you will be asking during the interview. Once that's refined and finalized, you're going to create 2 new versions. One is for a referral partner version, and a second one is for an internal version. Because you need to interview your own internal team, because that's where you discover those gaps, and the same with your referral partners. You want to minimally modify the questions of those 2 new versions as needed. Step 3, identify and select the interviewer. So here's a really good tip. For the best results, use a neutral third party. So whenever possible, the interviewers will speak more openly to an interviewer perceived to be neutral. There's a number of resources that you can find for this. And one clue, as your local college marketing department is a great resource for finding interviewers, because there's going to be marketing students there who are already studying the concepts of marketing, sales, and marketing. They could be a great fit to identify and find someone at that location that you can pay to do the interviews. Step 4 is to personally phone and then email your interviewees, asking them to participate. Now, as I mentioned, a cohort of 7 to 10 interviews is ideal. This will provide enough feedback and diversity of thinking to give you the insights you are seeking. Step 5, make participation easy. Right? I already said this. This should be a 30-minute interview or less. Use a scheduling link such as Calendly, so it's easy for your interviewees to pick a day and time that's convenient to them. Step number 6, you're going to complete the interviews, and you're going to create a spreadsheet and a questionnaire so that you can fill in this questionnaire for each interviewee during the interview. You want to capture their input live, not from memory or a recording. And so this needs to be part of the parameters of the interviewer that you've hired or that you've selected to partner with you in this project. So now, when you're recording this on a virtual setting, such as Zoom, of course, you'll be able to pull the transcript. You'll be able to ask permission to record the meeting, and then you can pull the transcript, the audio, and the video, so that you can go back and adjust anything that the interviewer couldn't quite catch when they're filling in the form, and they're actively listening and pulling the information out. And let them in on that idea that if the question is brief or seems incomplete, to then prompt the interviewee, tell me more, help me understand, or the and not say anything and let the interviewee come back with some more information. All right. Step 7, thank and reward the interviewees. Yeah, absolutely. You want to be prompt and genuine in your appreciation. Provide something that's of value to your client, your referral partners, the near misses, your past clients. Now, the size of the reward does not matter as long as it's something that the client perceives as desirable. It could be a Starbucks gift card so that they can get a latte or two. That's very simple. It's easy to deliver in an e-card. But think about what that can be and have that ready to go so that you can send out those thank yous. In fact, when you think about it, that could actually be incorporated also into the Calendly, because they have the ability, a lot of schedulers, to send an email after the meeting, and you can add that piece there too to make sure you catch that. Okay, step 8. You want to compile the results, identifying gaps, areas of friction, and opportunities to shift your perspective to your client thinking. The interviewer should provide you with a report on their findings as well. That's why tapping into that local college, the marketing department, and pulling a student from there for this project is a great idea, because this is something that they're already looking into and studying, and it's going to be a great fit for them and for you, right? So finding that fit. And they're going to provide you with that fresh perspective from their world, from their perception, that's going to give you something that's unique because it's completely outside of your paradigm. That's going to help you really identify those gaps and areas of friction in the thinking. Now, you're going to go through that analysis and look at those things. And the thing is, you got to be open to that, because I said it last week, client perception equals truth. And you need to lean in to those client perceptions, those areas of friction, the gaps, so that you can recognize where you can immediately impact your client's journey by giving them a more delightful experience by filling in those gaps, by alleviating those areas of friction. These are immediate process improvements that you can implement right away. Even if it's incremental steps, you can do it right away. So now step 9, you're going to go back to your client thinking exercise and really revise it and open your eyes and shift your paradigm again to see what's on the other side, because you've got all this new information. You've gained so much from this exercise that it's really going to help you reframe your own thinking and your perceptions to be more aligned, to be in lockstep with your client. So step 10, adjust your sales communication as needed, right? You're going to use these insights that have been gained to refine your client messaging for resonance and fit. Voila. This 10-step interview exercise delivers crucial insights. What did you learn from the interviews that you did not know? How has your paradigm changed? Where is the disconnect from your thinking and from your team's thinking to the client and what they were actually thinking? Once you've completed the interview and gap analysis, you're going to ask yourself again, how can I use my newfound client's perspective in my sales materials? All right, I want you to ask yourself, how can I leverage this? How can I use this for my own competitive advantage? All right. Well, your website. All right. How is that aligned? All right. Your lead magnets and certainly those landing pages. All right. Social profiles and your social media. How is that aligned? Visuals. Remember, a picture speaks 1,000 words. Your visuals need to closely align with your client's perception so that it pulls them in, it attracts them, it creates the spark. Now you have super-powered fog lamps and precision GPS to navigate through the mist and meet your clients in their realm. So why is client perception so important? If you haven't already figured it out, I have a real life personal story to share that illustrates the perilous gap in client perception. When I started working with a new client, they had a critical pain point. Their technical manuals were not being delivered on time, and the lead time was quite long. They needed these turned in a very quick, timely manner, and their due dates were quite firm. They needed them to be able to go out with product so that they could meet their own shipment and fulfillment needs. So when we stepped in and started working, that was one of the first things that I analyzed, was how were we going to be able to improve the production timeline and process to tighten that schedule and deliver them in a tighter timeline and meet those critical delivery dates. And of course, I worked through that with our production team and with the client on a few refinements that could be made to make sure that we were always having the materials with their schedule when they were released, that we could meet that delivery date. And of course, we wanted to create a little bit of a buffer so that we could over deliver if the client provided the materials that we needed a day late or maybe 2, so that we could still hit those critical deliverables. So as we were working through this and we started delivering our first product, we hit that delivery date. We delivered it right on time. And the client, it was the first time they'd actually gotten this material delivered on time. And I thought, my perception was, we nailed this. And they certainly were happy that the materials were delivered on time. And in fact, they were very happy at that moment. Like, oh my gosh, we got everything exactly when you said you're going to deliver them. We did what we said we were going to do. Now, in the second project, we were able to hit that deadline again. And in fact, we even got the materials a day late. We still delivered it on time. The next time we got the materials late, but we delivered them actually a day early. So we kept working on our own continuous process improvement to make sure that we were delivering exactly what the client wanted on time. And, from my perception, I thought the client was ecstatic, that they were so happy. And I really wasn't paying attention to their perception. Yeah, unfortunately, I was so focused on meeting those deadlines that I didn't go back and have a conversation with the client about their perception. And I know you've all heard that expression, fight, flight, or freeze. And there's a fourth one, finesse. This client had that sort of freeze mentality in the sense that they didn't want to have any kind of confrontation. They didn't want to bring anything up. And they didn't ever voice that there was a problem. And I didn't ask questions to verify my perception that they were delighted and that we were knocking it out of the park because we were actually receiving materials a day or even too late and still delivering on time or a day early. The biggest pain point that they had was solved, problem gone. But they had an area of concern. And because I wasn't asking and they were not volunteering, I found out when I didn't get the next order and they had found a new supplier. At that point, of course, wanting to understand what had happened, I learned they didn't like the paper that we were printing the technical documents on. So paper, you can just change paper. It's like so easy. It's so easy. And of course, we had chosen a paper that essentially matched our perception that it matched the paper they were already using. But from their perception, it wasn't as good a paper. They didn't like it as well as the previous technical manuals. Perception, right? How they looked and felt and perceived the paper was different than in the sense of like the technical specifications that this paper was, air quotes, the same. They didn't perceive it as being the same. I never asked, and if you don't ask, you don't get. All right. I lost a valuable piece of business, ongoing weekly business, because I didn't do that extra step of really diving into the client perception after the fact. All right. Now, obviously, that was a hard lesson to learn. And I learned it really early in my career. And that's why when a completely different client told me that client perception equals truth, it was like, wow, I get it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It all comes together. Wow. And that's why you need to understand your client's perception, because you can do all these different things and miss, right? And it can be a near miss, but it's because of the client perception. And while that story was a great example and the mist is pretty, it serves zero purpose in your sales strategy when you don't spend the time to dive into your client's perception and understand the gaps and the areas of friction and their thoughts on value and beliefs so that you can then reframe how you're presenting information so that you can not only create that attraction and that spark, but a deeper connection and guide them through the sales process. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today. My purpose is for you to get more clients. Bottom line, don't make this harder than it has to be. Sales should be a win-win. And on behalf of the Win-Win Women Network, I have carved out a limited number of time slots to invite you to hop on and ignite your sales call with me and see what's working, not working, and what you would love to have working. I'm going to see how I might further support you in effectively generating more leads, converting more sales, and fulfilling on your promise as a brand and organization. The fastest way to success is to assure people know that they matter. The best way to make this happen is to build a consistent sales strategy to acquire, convert, and capitalize on every lead. You will find growing your business is easy and lucrative. Today, I shared why client's perspective is your swift success secret. That's a tongue twister. And the key is for you to implement these steps to stop wasting time, energy, and resources. You have the opportunity to jump in and get the support you need for true success. Say yes to you and get on a call with me. Okay, I am really, truly gifted at this, and you deserve the shortcut to your success with the right support. Go to p2q.link/win-win. p2q.link/win-win. You will also find this link in your show notes. And you can connect with me on our website at petitetoqueen.com and stay current on all of our insightful advice, our breakthrough advantages, and never miss an episode of Get More Clients. Please go ahead and sign up for our weekly wisdoms at petitetoqueen.com. Now, next week on Get More Clients, I will show you how to direct your authentic sales to reach motivations and emotions. And this is just another step on how to help you get more clients. And with that, I'd like to recommend that you absolutely check out our membership programs so that you know how you can get the help that you need starting today to enhance your sales and your ability to connect and convert and close your clients and build your business. We have 5 incredible programs that we offer, and you can get started right away and get the help you need to grow and scale your business and bring everything forward with your worthy intent to help and serve others and create an impact for their business, for their team, for their community, and create that ripple that goes out far and wide as you deliver your specialty to your clients, whatever that product or service may be. So I am so glad you tuned in again today. And next week, I will see you on Get More Clients when we cover how to direct your authentic sales to reach motivations and emotions. See you then.